How we doing, YouTube? Bringing you a Myers game today on the Thompson House Coldwind Farm realm and map. Starting off in the Killer Shack. Immediately we're gonna start heading across the board. Survivors blow that gen and we're immediately gonna head to that gen to check it out and see what's going on. We are running surveillance, Pop Goes the Weasel, Thrilling Tremors, and Save the Best for Last today. Immediately we find two survivors working on the gen. Lori, don't know what she's doing, getting some free talking out of it. Almost a tier 2 here. Off the first gen. She sabotages the hook, so we're going to go ahead and take that free hit. Immediately going to follow her through the vault. Should drop this pallet here. Got a little lag. She does drop the pallet, but she drops it incorrectly. We grab her off the slide. Going to go ahead and take our first hook. Should break this pallet and head right back to that generator to use our pop. That's exactly what we do. But from here, I'm going to want to rotate across the board to follow after the survivors. We know Lori went that way, and we see a gen pop. But we're doing alright for the early game. We got one hook to one gen, and we're tier 2'd with about 25%-ish progress towards tier 3. Don't see anybody rotating off. But then we do see scratch marks in the back there. Which it doesn't... Yeah, I did see them. So we're following the scratch marks. Getting off to the right towards Killer Shack. Hear the unhook behind us. And find somebody on the gen. And it's the Bill. So we're going to go ahead and get some tier out of the Mire. Or tier out of the Bill, rather, not the Myers. And we hear somebody working on the gen behind us. And somebody splitting off right, it looks like, from those scratch marks. But we're going to follow the Bill, which I think is the right play. He's going to take us upstairs, get a free hit because he looped or padded wrong. Hit out the window. And we should be able to get our tier 3 up. Fortunately, we see that we got two people on the gen there. I didn't lunge through that pallet. I had forgotten we had a pallet there, unfortunately. So I'm wasting a little bit of our tier 3, but we do get her down again. I believe that's the Fang. Or maybe the Yui. No, I think it's the Fang. Yeah, it's the Fang. We're going to pick her up because I lost the Bill. We're about halfway through our tier 3. Get our second hook on the Fang. And try to rotate off. Can't pop because of Thrilling Tremors, which I think is one of the better, I won't say best, but better perks in the game right now. Just because of all the information it gives you outside of barbecue and chili even. Allowing you to read and see what generators are being worked where. We're going to follow the scratch marks through the back here. Our tier 3 is ended, unfortunately. We did only get one down off of it. A bit of a better play would have not have been popping tier 3 there, especially because the Bill was already one hit. In which we catch up to him now. So we should be able to get this down. He's taking me through the house again, so I'm already thinking that he's going to be going for that same window. I get some tier off of him, get some more tier, and then jump the window again. As a survivor, you don't want to be too predictable, like this Bill is. Playing with unique pathing is your best bet. Trying to mind game the killer. We know this is being worked on. It's the Fang again. Get the hit, and then we're going to pop it again. Pop is easily probably the best perk in the game for killers. It allows you so much more time. Get up to half of tier 3. I should 99% her here. No, I don't. Just go ahead and take it. Better play there would have been to 99% tier 3 and go and hook her for the death hook. We get our information out of surveillance there that gen's being worked on again. We'll take the third hook and we'll go over and pop it again. Meanwhile, they get a second gen done behind us across the board. And we're going to go after this Lori. She slow vaulted through the window. She goes for unique pathing this time, but she goes back through the window. Get the tier 3. I try and mind game a bit, but we get this done anyway. And she loses me here for a second. She split around here to the right, taking unique pathing. Back through the window though. Not sure what I was doing there. I think I thought about the window a little too long. We go ahead and lunge through. We got bloodlust right as that lunge occurred. And with tier 3, that lunge was always going to make it through. Immediately head over to the gen. And we don't have anybody working on it. So we'll head back, pick up Lori. Well, it's already been broken, so we've got a free hook. Gonna hook her right next to the gen so we can go and pop it. And we're out of tier 3. Take a look around, don't see anybody, but we notice the gens are being worked on. So we should immediately head over. So early here, I'm thinking, what kind of 3-gen strategy can we play for? Because they only need one more, right? So I'm thinking the one upstairs that he's working on right now, the Bill, I'm going up to try and salvage. This one, the one we've been popping in the back left corner that's white that you saw, and the cornfields. So I don't realize here that I can't tear him up anymore, or I can't tear up off him anymore. But we still managed to, I won't say outplay, but follow close enough. I'm gonna go hook him out in the fields again. We see the back right corner here is being worked on, but the 3-gen strat that we want to keep is fairly safe for right now. They get that done, and now we've got our 3-gen strat. I'm gonna immediately follow Lori over. She's a one-hit down. We should have that easily. Gonna go ahead and pick her up and get DS'd, because she's a gamer. See him vault there, or drop a pallet, whatever they did, and we're gonna go right after it. Gonna cut him off through the house, rather than following around. Again, try and cut off by going around. I make the same mistake again, thinking I can try and tear up off this Bill, but again, I can't. We get the down. We notice that the Lori has now healed. And we're going to go for the hook next to the gen. Probably a bit of a bad play since I'm wanting to keep this 3-gen. Because now that's 2 hooks next to my 3-gen that are gone. Smarter move would have probably been to hook a little bit further away. And now we're going to try and go save this gen. We're going to immediately pop it, follow after the Lori. She's going to try and run us across the board. I'm going to try and get a tier 3 out of it. And luckily for us, she pretty much allows us to do so. We notice the Fang being on the gen. Get her off it. Try and stalk her through the corner a little bit too much that we don't get off it. Would appear the corn blocks line of sight. That was a bit of a hopeful lunge for me there. Especially only tier 2, but now we're tier 3. She makes the mistake, we're going to capitalize on it. And get her through the window. Go ahead and step through, pick her up, and go ahead and hook her in the basement. Better idea, I think, instead of the basement, to save time and get back across the board, because we just lost another gen, is going to be to hook her outside. Because there was a hook right there to the right of the shack. Luckily, it wasn't our 3-gen strat that we wanted. As you can see there, I just counted all 3 gens that we have. I've still got about 30% of Myers tier 3 left. Trying to see if we can make it up top, but I take bad pathing here. I took the long way around. Go ahead and pop the gen. Drop through the hole. we notice somebody's cleansed a totem, or not cleansed a totem, unhooked from the basement. Immediately we go back across the board because there's only one other player left other than the person that just got unhooked. We hear the Lori, or rather the Fang. I'm not sure where the Lori went at this point. Just kind of left the Fang to fend for herself here. Fang goes through the window. I try and get some tear off her, but utterly fail there. Try and moonwalk and mind game a little bit, but Fang's just going to hold W. We will catch her though, as she just ran to dead space and didn't get to the jungle gym in time. We get DS for it. And the Fang runs straight to dead space. This jungle gym's already been used. All she's got is a window. And I think she lost us here. No, never mind. She's in the locker. Yep. Go ahead and get the Fang on the hook. Break our pallet here. Take note that none of the generators were being worked on when Thrilling popped there. So Lori doesn't appear to be doing any objectives. At this point I'm thinking that Lori's pretty hidden or immersed. Just kind of rotating around the hook trying to see if we find the Lori. As Tremors still hasn't popped on either of the other two gens. She's not doing any objectives, so the only other thing she can be doing is trying to come in for the save or finding the hatch. Eventually we should rotate off here, yep, to go try and find the hatch ourselves. Gives Lori the time she needs to come in for the unhook, I do believe. We head back to the shack because this is one of the most walked places by the survivors from the game, and there, sure enough, we find the hatch next to this jungle gym. Head back from the unhook. We see scratch marks. They're leading to the left. Make sure, but then we see a gen being worked on. We're immediately going to head for that gen, of course. Hear the Fang Men. We moonwalk it. And she goes down. Go ahead and kick the gem. And we're going to go ahead and look for the 4K slug. Keeping in mind, we're thinking, does Fang have Unbreakable? If she does, that's okay. As long as we find the Lori. I double check what I'm looking for. Jazzy is in fact the Lori. So I know now we're looking for Lori. Rotating around, we find that Fang did indeed have Unbreakable. Or if it wasn't Unbreakable, that Lori was very close and then very quickly got away. So we're stalking to see if it was Lori. We don't see anybody off the stalk. So the play here is going to be to hook the Fang and immediately go to hatch. I'm going to do some more rotating just to see if I can catch the Lori out. But quickly rotate back to the Fang. Just in case it wasn't Unbreakable the first time and it was a Lori. But as we're coming back for the Fang, we do see the Lori. Gonna go ahead and get tier 3'd up. Or maybe not. Figured I should have done that. Don't get the hit through the pallet. Lori's going to go ahead and heal up because they 99%ed. She did it a little late, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and tier 3 up here now. And we're going to go ahead and take the down. Going to immediately hook her on the hook right next to her. Head for the hatch. Once we get this hatch closed, it's going to be game for us. That's going to secure the 4K. Unfortunately, a little bit of boring here as we wait. I figured the Lori would have died a lot quicker in the hopes of getting Fang the hatch. But she decided to hang on for struggle for quite a bit of time. Quite nearly, I believe, the full 60 seconds of struggle hook, in fact. Although she just barely manages to die before the Fang. Here goes the Lori. We're gonna pop the hatch as it opens. We're gonna head back for the Fang, but we're not gonna make it in time. The slug is eventually gonna kill or die, and that's gonna be a 1-pip Ruthless Killer game, 4K for us. Unfortunately, I forgot to record my first game of the day, which was a near perfect game. We were off by 50 points. This one was pretty decent enough. Got almost 30k points out of it. We're about 2100 blood points off a perfect game here. But GG's all around, and you know, no toxicity out of the survivors after the match is always a good thing. So thanks guys, hope you enjoyed.